Hello, Bombinians. So I'm doing a beauty blabber today. I haven't done one of these in quite a while. I mean, honestly, I haven't done any kind of videos in quite a while, but I've been much better. I've been trying to get myself onto a schedule. I'm sure you've all, well, maybe you haven't all noticed. I don't know, but I've been trying to upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I would like to get myself to a point where I'm uploading like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Tuesday and Thursday for now, just to see if I can stick with that schedule. So I'm gonna get the elephant out of the room right off the bat. I have gotten my hairs cut. That's basically what I wanted to talk about in the majority of this video today. I wanted to give you a little information on my hair and the place that it's at right now. So before I had gotten it cut in my recent videos, as you might have seen, I have been rocking this long lifeless rag on top of my head that I call my hair, and it was about like boobage length. I can't even get on my tiptoes that high. I'm so short. But yeah, it was around like boob length, you know, and it was just lifeless. It was so blah. It just hung there. I couldn't do anything with it. I mean, in videos I would put it down and, you know, act like yeah, this is me every day. I just found a piece of my sandwich in my mouth. I don't know where it's been hiding, but it was a nice snack. You know, I would put it down for videos and act like, yeah, this is how I look, but really, I just throw it up in a ponytail every single day and just go with it. But here's the thing, okay, here's the thing, guys. In October of last year, so almost a year ago, I had buzzed a quarter of my hair. Okay, I had buzzed it down to the scalp, and I really liked the way that that had looked for a time, and I stopped shaving it in about like April, May-ish. Okay, so I have underneath all of this chunk of hair, okay, that is just looking really crappy and awkward. And when I would put my hair up, there were times when I could like smooth it back to make it look like it just blends into the rest of my hair, but other times, you know, a nice gust of wind goes by and I just have this little crappy flap of hair blowing in the breeze, and it's like, okay, this is ugly. Okay, this has gotten to the point where it is just not even attractive. I'm tired of, you know, having to only be able to wear my hair a certain way. That drives me insane, because if I have it down, I want to put it up, and when I put it up, I have to worry about what the hell this is doing. So I decided to cut my hair to a length where this kind of like blends into it, you know. It just, like, you probably can't even tell that it is there. I mean, you probably couldn't tell that it was there before, but you know what I mean. Like, you can't tell that it's there, and there's no chance of me ever putting it up right now because I can't. And it's not going to get in the way, and it has a much shorter way to go. You know what I mean? It will grow into this in no time because my hair grows really fast, and then I can just go from there with it. So this is what I got going on. I really like it. It's just so funny with hair, okay? I can't believe I'm talking this much about hair. It's just not really my thing, but I'm going with it. It's a funny thing for me with hair because I always want to grow my hair out, you know, and then I get it to a certain point and I'm like, I need to cut it off. This needs to get off of my head because it's just so heavy, you know, especially with, okay, this past week, all right, in the New York area, it has been so hot. I mean, the heat wave broke, but last week it was like a heat index of 105 to 110 degrees every freaking day for like a week, and it was so oppressive and it was so awful that I just wanted to rip my skin and my hair and everything off, and I could just walk around like a freaking skeleton and just be done with it because it was awful. Now, moving on, okay, I wanted to discuss my lighting. So in my last video, which was my Graveyard Girl thoughts video, I'm not giving you my thoughts on her. I was giving you my thoughts on the Swamp Queen palette from Tarte, and I asked you guys how my lighting is, and some of you said that it looks yellowish, and I really appreciate you mentioning that because I can't tell, colorblind, you know. And I'm going to try and experiment with things, you know, maybe I will get like a different, I have a fluorescent bar light, okay, above the camera. So I don't know if that's making me look yellowish. I do have my lamp here. I closed the window, like I have my blinds closed over there, so maybe it's helping. I don't know. But I will get a daylight bulb for my lamp that's right here, and maybe I can see what kind of bar lights I can get. You know, maybe I can get like a daylight bulb that will go up there. It will be hell on my eyes because, I mean, even right now this is very bright for me, so sometimes you probably notice me squinting because that is my natural state in lights this bright, so I kind of force my eyes to stay open. But I will mess around with the lighting. I mean, obviously right now it's still somewhat the same because I didn't go out shopping for lights yet. But I will do that in the relatively near future, but this is what I'm dealing with for now. So I hope that's not bugging too many people. It's just the way it is right now. So, you know, it is what it is. So I have a question for y'all. Who is getting the Naked Ultimate Basics palette? Okay, because I am like really on the fence about it. Okay, it's the new palette from Urban Decay. I don't know when it's coming out. I haven't looked that much into it. I've just been seeing like all the promo pictures and all the swatches and everything. And I feel like it's a matter of time before all the freaking YouTubers are going to be like, oh my god, look what Urban Decay sent me. And they will all, you know, have this freaking video up. And I just, okay, every time an Urban Decay palette comes out, particularly something in the Naked line, I always go through this thing where I'm like, ugh, I kind of want it because, you know, everybody's going to want it and everybody's going to be talking about it. But there's this big chunk of me that is feeling more responsible about what I spend my money on and stuff. You know, I've become very picky and I don't buy that much stuff anymore. You know, there was a time that I was just buying everything and it was like, oh, give me all the makeup. Anything that anybody's talking about, give it to me, you know. But I'm not really like that anymore, and I kind of like can control myself from buying all the hyped up things. But there's something about Urban Decay palettes, and maybe it's because that's what really like broke me into the whole, you know, higher end makeup scene. I kind of consider them like more mid-range, but you know, that's me. But they kind of like broke me into it, but now that I've tried other things, I don't find them very good. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that they're a bad company, you know, I'm not saying that they make crap products or anything. It's just, there are things that I own that are just better, and some of those things that are better are cheaper. So financially, this other stuff that I like more makes more sense, but at the same time, when something from Urban Decay comes out, I'm like, oh my god, I need it. So I don't know if I'm going to get the Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I don't know. Like, I always buy their stuff, especially in the Naked line. I always end up buying it, and then it just ends up sitting there because I swatch it and I'm like, ugh, it's not that great. Because, to be honest with you, their eyeshadows really aren't that great in my opinion. Like, I don't go gaga over Urban Decay eyeshadows anymore. I used to when that was really all I had, but now it's like, yeah, you know, there's other shit that's better, you know? So let me know what you think of that palette. I'm kind of leaning towards, you know, I'm just not feeling it too much, but maybe once it comes out, I'll feel a little differently. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I remember a time, okay, where there were like no matte eyeshadow palettes. It was like a rarity to come across one of them, and it was like, oh my god, everybody flocked to that because this is like the only one. You know, everybody's been begging them to make an all matte eyeshadow palette for years, and they just didn't. And now I feel like that ship has sailed because everybody else has done it, and everybody else has done it probably 10 times better than they will. So I don't know. I feel like the way I'm talking, it should be obvious that I shouldn't get it, but I'm still on the fence about it because that's just the life of a makeup addict. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard. There are certain brands that it's like really hard for me to not get them. Like a Lorac Pro palette comes out and it's like, oh my god, I should get it, when I know I'm like hardly gonna use it. Anyway, so I'm going to end this here. I wanted to just, you know, touch on a couple things, mostly my hair, so that, you know, those of you who are like, oh my god, what'd you do to your hair? I can, you know, give you an explanation on that. And I guess it seemed interesting to me in my mind. So I will talk to you guys later, and ta-ta.